I got on the plane and the door shut and I realized I flew all the way to Siberia to tell my parents that I'd lost my virginity, and instead I told them I drink in moderation.
I had to pull myself up and I said, look, I used to be a crime writer. I covered homicide and gangs for a living. This is just a 109-year-old man.
I used to go over to my friend Wanda Bullard's house, and we'd go out on the porch, a bunch of us, and drink bourbon and tell stories all night. And moths used to fly in through the holes in the screen and go whirling around the porch light.
And then I'd be terrified that a scorpion was going to dislodge the window screen and climb in and fall onto the bed and bite me.
These are true stories from people's lives, like you just heard from me. Real stories about real things that have happened to people. And it's beautiful. Welcome to the Unchained Tour.
One summer, when I was in the Alps, I created an imaginary friend. I was in Switzerland, in Gstaad, adapting a novel called The White Hotel into a screenplay. And I bought a postcard of a mountain marmot. And it was a bristly little thing that stood upright with short little arms held close to its plump body. It was kind of like the luxury version of a prairie dog, except it seemed feistier. So I called it Hansi. And I kept the postcard next to me when I wrote. And then in the afternoons, I'd go up walking on the mountains, and I began to act like there was somebody with me, a friend walking with me, and very soon I realized the friend was Hansi, the mountain marmot from the postcard. He arrived with a full personality. He was talkative and greedy and restless and curious. And what he really liked to say was, "Stick with me and you'll be fine." He was a satisfying imaginary friend. Now, women of 40 have imaginary lovers or imagined relationships with real men. But close friendships with imaginary members of other species are rarer.
I don't know if we're rediscovering the wheel, making storytelling tight and as tight and concise as a pitch meeting in Hollywood, and yet as moving and essential as a Greek tragedy.
And I'd been in Paris a couple of years when my friend Charlotte took me to a weekend lunch full of Americans. And standing in a doorway was a small, round, whiskered man with short arms, for whom I immediately felt an inexplicable tenderness.
And what I want to find out is that I can connect with people without having to be the glamorous dowager who was once the editor-in-chief of French Vogue, because none of those descriptions have anything to do with the way I want to relate to the world. And I'm much happier relating to the world as a gypsy in the back of a bus looking for a place to sleep for the night.
Left, right, back 'em up, Charlie, gonna leave this place, turn our shoulders to the